be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special the divisional round playoffs on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Chicago Bears. With that, let's get out to venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Standing by with the call,
one of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the third overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 66 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This fielded at the 2. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Leading this unit will be the big arm man out of Texas Tech. 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage. Our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Offense for Chicago.
An excellent year, obviously, because they got the open week, had the bye. But the one thing I had a coach say to me one time, when you have that open week, you often think about scrimmaging so you're ready to go the next week, but you know you can't. So you cross your fingers and hope your guys are ready to roll.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield. Washington. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Zero. 90 is the mic. Don't get nervous. 90 is the mic. Buzz. 90 is the mic. I'm on.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes.
Used to have a coach who used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Attack!
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on 4th down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bears tried it on 4th down. Defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. A little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Darnold. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Sam Darnold with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now Mahomes. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Switch.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. On first down, Darnold. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll bring up second down.
Strong left. Hey, 4 down.
Darnold now to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
15. Let's get it right now.
Mahomes will try again on second down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company.
Check 59.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on fourth down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Bravo! Get away with it. Watch the safety crease.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. Fourth and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there's a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But fourth and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 16. Darnold from the red zone now. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Montez Sweat. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Third and long. It's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Time now for Patrick Mahomes as we put him in our players' spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him? The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, here we go. Mike, check. 59. Let's go.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll have a first down past the 40. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Let's go.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On first down, Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Not today. Motion, motion, buck, buck, buck. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Bandit, bandit. Yellow. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, hey, here I come, here I come, here I come.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm going to hit you all day.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how
and he's going to go down again.
Get him, boys. Yeah, that's how we do it.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Mahomes now to throw. He may try and run for them. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
26 months. I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
On first down, it's Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Darnold. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Montez Sweat bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, he'll run it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. After the interception, here's Darnold. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. The shotgun snap for Darnold. This will be caught just inside the 10. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Darnold. This is caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. From 6 yards away. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Silver, Silver. 59, Mike, 59, Mike. Check, 59. Keep it out.
Mahomes now on first down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Mahomes now on first down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And taken right at the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, this is the second of 4 games this weekend as we narrow the field down to the 4 teams who will meet in the league championship games next.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it's going to be the Seattle Seahawks squaring off against the Los Angeles Rams.
Let's go. Let's do this.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, it's Henderson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Throw complete to Herndon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he's got the hook up to Moore. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Mixon. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
26 Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I'm coming.
This is Mixon on the draw. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A draw play for Mixon. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Darnold down to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give the Redskins 13 there and a 1st down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
No gain on the dump off. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darnold. And he will find his man on the outside. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give the Redskins 13 there and a 1st down. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Mixon. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Darnold. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. From 8 yards out, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for them here.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
A first down throw, Darnold. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Again, it's Mixon, and an alley to run. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. On second down, here's Mixon. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. The Redskins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now they'll run with Mixon. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage. And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense that it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going on the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home is a big deal, but now they know, at least they feel like it, they're moving on to the championship round. There's got to be no better feeling. They'll get that 24-hour rule in. Enjoy that before they look forward to the next opponent.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Mike 5'9", 57.
Mahomes going to throw. Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now here's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Mixon with a first down carry. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so. And that'll set them back 5. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Now it's Darnold. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
17 yards that time and a Washington first. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Back to throw, Darnold, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59. Watch the run, Check,
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Second and 10 now from the 27.
Strip that ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He's got Herndon, his tight end. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's going to find his go-to man so far. That's Moore. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Holding offense.
Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Disaster there, resulting in a loss of 7 on 3rd down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Once again, they run with Mixon. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Returning it is Moore. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bears take over. Onto the field now come the Bears. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Mahomes now to throw, and that will be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Mahomes. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Herndon's got it complete. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Just like that. Just like that.
One final try for Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others.